Hi, hi. Hello, hello. Wait, did I redo the audio thing? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we're looking at the Crunchyroll Top 100 Anime of the Decade as part of our continuing decade retrospective, looking at all these magazines and websites lists. If we continue this for as many as lists as there are, it will probably take us until 2029. At any rate, this one I'm pretty interested in. It's an anime list, which we don't get too many of. Mostly we've been looking at albums and such. And it's put out by Crunchyroll, which is a little different in terms of kind of their relationship with the medium than all the other stuff we've been looking at. Consider this. A website like Pitchfork or Paste or Gorilla vs. Bear or whatever, it's not like they're trying to sell you music directly. Like maybe they might be, maybe they have like affiliate links and stuff if you buy albums through them. But moreover, they just want you to go to the site regularly and look at ads and such. They position themselves not that they're trying to tell you what music exists, but they're trying to kind of align themselves with your tastes and with kind of an aspirational version of your tastes. In order for them to feel like a reputable place that will help you find music that you like. And such, the thrust of this is that often the most powerful tool you have in convincing people that your tastes are kind of lined up and that your tastes are valid and interesting and stuff isn't approving of things, but disapproving of things, of snubbing things, of leaving things off of lists or scoring them low or whatever. That is often an even stronger signal than telling people about what you like in order to get yourselves kind of aligned. So Crunchyroll, on the other hand, is just trying to sell you an anime streaming service. They just want you to want to watch anime. And so I think what we might see here is a list that's a lot more inclusive, that strategically tries to include as many different demographics and fan bases as possible, and is kind of centered around more popular things, just so that people, like, nobody feels left out by the list, nobody feels like Crunchyroll isn't for them. If they have any interest in anime whatsoever, they'll think, hey, I can watch these shows on Crunchyroll. I don't know. This is something that I'm kind of thinking, at least. I assume that they'll have things on here that aren't on Crunchyroll. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to know for sure because I don't use Crunchyroll or any of the competing services. So I have some like vague awareness though of some shows that aren't on Crunchyroll that if they showed up here, I'd probably be able to recognize. So that's one thing to look for. The other thing is, you know, obscure shows, because every obscure show they pick, if my intuition is right and they're using this quite strategically, then cynically I would say they probably don't want to waste time talking about obscure shows when they can kind of loop more people in with popular things. I don't know. They have TV series, OVAs, and theatrical films. Interesting. Cowards? Alphabetical order, that really disappoints me. Cowards. Cowards, come on, put a numbered list. But again, I think it's because they don't want disincludement. They don't want people to feel like, well, you know, Crunchyroll is much more into X than Y, I'm much more into Y than X. Maybe I should take my business elsewhere. Right? I'm not sure if that's like a realistic thing for them to worry about, but they're much more concerned about that than a hypothetical reader of Pitchfork having the same hypothetical opinion, right? I don't know. Okay, let's continue. So this is the 75 of the 100, and then the top 25 is separate. So there is some stratification. They're not totally cowardly, but they they didn't actually rank a list. Dang. So yeah, it's alphabetical, so it's just not that exciting. Alright, Agretsuko. This is already something that I think might not be on Crunchyroll. Yeah, look, they actually linked to Netflix. I was pretty sure this was like a Netflix exclusive. That's pretty cool that they actually linked to Netflix. Nice, nice. Okay, yeah, sure. The Ancient Magus Bride, sure. This is a Crunchyroll link. Probably the majority will still be Crunchyroll links. And I'm not saying that cynically or conspirationally. It's just that Crunchyroll does have by far the most anime selection. I've heard this is good. I've heard the manga's quite well received. Wit Studio is usually quite strong, but just never interests me. Premise never interested me. The kind of aesthetic of it didn't interest me. So we didn't watch it. I haven't watched this either. I have a lot of reason to. I've heard it's really, really good, really, really sad, really beautiful. Meh. Just hasn't happened. Mari Okada, I like a lot of her stuff. A lot of reasons to watch it, and yet I didn't. And the movie I've heard is even more devastating and powerful. A lot of my friends went to go see that, and I was like, I didn't watch the anime. Like, it came out in theaters locally. I felt a little bad. I had to miss out. When an anime movie plays in the local theaters, like, you kind of feel like you have to go, just for the culture. But I couldn't, because I had no idea. Here we go. It's a good show. Very good, very good. Very depraved, very insane, very indescribable. A humor much more reminiscent of like something like Eric Andre, but then a structure and aesthetic that's pure, just cute girls doing cute things, slice of life. A nice representative screen cap here, playing Spanish Inquisition. That seems a little on the nose to say they're unexpected and somewhat reminiscent of the Spanish Inquisition when they're making a joke where it's just a quick little gag of them being the Spanish Inquisition. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. Rakamon, nice. It's pretty good. Too bad the follow-up was like really disappointing. The Hanada-kun I heard was really not great. The prequel showing Handa's daily life before the events of the series when he was in high school. I heard it was bad. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I heard from a few people it's bad. Okay, so now we got some shonen. This is the first like big shonen series. This is one that I don't really hear that many good things about compared to the other kind of modern battle shonen. Compared to like Kimetsu no Yaiba, Boku no Hero Academia, which of course I'm following. I assume that'll be on the list too. Whatever other ones there are. Chainsaw Man. I've heard good things about Chainsaw Man. This one I've heard is just kind of like Naruto again. Just more Naruto, which I guess is fine. I've heard this is very good. The fact that it's all kind of based on literature and stuff is pretty appealing. Not that I'm like super knowledgeable or invested in Japanese literature, but you know, I know enough that it's like kind of fun. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a little too actiony. I watched a few episodes of it when it came out, and I found myself just not that invested in kind of the exciting things happening. This is a nice show. I'd really like to get caught up on this. I watched most of the first season with a friend of mine, and then because we were like watching it together, I didn't like think to continue on my own, but I should. A new season of it is airing right now, I believe. So this is another thing that I'm trying to figure out for my own anime list. If something has a bunch of seasons, is it fair to lump them all together as one entry? I think so, and I think it's even to the point where if some of those seasons are bad and kind of drag down the overall quality of the show, I can't just like ignore that. I can't just like choose the first season and include that on the list. I think it has to cut both ways in that regard. Like if a show only makes it based on the merit of having multiple seasons that improve over time, then one that disappoints should not qualify? I don't know. So it looks like on the Crunchyroll list, they're doing that method. They're having everything summed together. G.I. Furu, of course, like 4 seasons now at this point. Excuse me. But it's just one entry here. The Disappearance of Haruhi. Nice. A pretty fantastic movie. Sure. Wow. Okay. Nice. Okay. Really beautiful movie. Good example screen cap. Pivotal decision being made. Dororo. This is one of those Tezuka adaptations that I'm so skeptical of. It seemed to be being made for old people in Japan that don't really care how high quality the anime is. They just want something that kind of tells the story. This is the sense I got of a lot of the lower budget Tezuka remixes Tezuka adaptations over the years, more recently. Um, but I've heard this one is good. I've heard a few times now that this one is quite good. But Studio Mappa, who normally does a really high effort, really good job, really brings it. So I should watch it. I haven't read the manga for this though, of Dororo. I've read quite a bit of Tezuka manga, but not this. So kind of want to do that first. At the same time, it's like kind of a unique opportunity that I could see it animated before I see it drawn. So that'd be kind of cool too. I don't know. Or will I watch it at all? It's quite violent. It's quite sad. Dragon Ball Super. Sure. Every anime that is based around a strong-willed good guy punching a less strong-willed bad guy has its roots in Dragon Ball. Well, that's not true. Like, yes, a lot of the shonen conventions that we see as hallmarks of the genre now were set up by Dragon Ball. But there were certainly many, many series that had this exact premise before Dragon Ball. Whatever. Quite nicely. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Nothing about Super appealed to me. I tried reading it. I've watched a bit of it. It's like, nah. I've just seen so many other shonen now. Dragon Ball just kind of seems plain. Da-da-da. I want to watch this. I've heard so many good things about it, and I just haven't. It looks so crazy. The Eccentric Family. What is this before localization? Shitan Kazoku. I perhaps haven't heard of this? I haven't heard of this? Is that for real? Wait, no, I must have... I don't think I've heard of this. What? No! No, I've lost! I felt like I would easily have heard of all of these. Especially with my kind of cynical viewing that they would aim for the mainstream to kind of welcome people into the fold. Huh. Well, this sounds awesome. I'd really like to read or watch this. Dang. What? How did I... Well, I guess, I don't know, 2013, that was kind of before I was completely in the loop of seasonal anime. That was around when I started, though. Jeez. I'm slipping. I've been slipping since 2013. Erased. I don't care. I just don't care. Like, I don't know. I don't know. No, we're moving on. Sure. Yeah, it does feel like a fever dream. Yeah, this is a pretty accurate write-up. And I don't think this is going to happen. I also have no idea, and that's because I just assume it won't happen. It's been delayed so many times before. There's no reason to take the 2020 release date any more seriously than any of the other ones. At any rate, you know now it's been more time between Rebuild 1.0 and End of Evangelion, like the end of the original anime with that movie. That's been a shorter gap than between Evangelion 3.0 and Evangelion 4.0. And I don't expect to see that gap end anytime soon. The distance between those two numbers will just grow and grow and grow. Unlimited Blade Works, sure. I don't care about any Nasu-verse stuff at all, really. I kind of liked the cooking show. That was good. It was very pretty. I didn't really know what was going on with the characters, and that was kind of fun. I just never cared. I don't know. I don't know if doing these sorts of lists is exposing me, because, like, maybe I'm supposed to care about a lot more stuff. Maybe I'm supposed to have heard of this. Maybe I'm supposed to have figured out why everybody likes this, but I didn't. At any rate, it's kind of interesting that this seems to be the only Fate entry on this list, given that it's alphabetical. I suppose Fate Zero could be in the top 25. That's actually what I'm anticipating. Fate Zero is in the top 25. What we should do is, after this list is finished, we'll go back and try to guess what's in the top 25 based on what's missing. I wish they had just ranked them. Come on. Cowards! Just rank them! Flip-floppers? Hell yeah! This is a great inclusion. Very, very happy that this is on the list. Studio 3 Hertz. I don't know, Black Fox was good, but then Rifle is Beautiful this season is not, so a little hit and miss, but this was certainly a hit. Such a fantastic show. Yeah, let's go! Two fantastic shows back to back. Two shows that really should be in the top 25 back to back, but hey, we'll take what I can get. We'll take it. We'll take it. Top hundo, we'll take that. Oh, it's so good. It's so beautiful. The manga too, I revisit very often. It's so. Food Wars, sure. All right. Ooh, Gatchaman Crowds. I really want to watch this. I have a friend who's super into it. It's one of his favorite animes, and I don't know why I haven't watched it. I just have not. So you know, that's on me. And yet, I'm still gonna try to make an end of decade list myself, as if I carry authority. Carry authority, but carry no memories of Gatchaman Crowds. Oh well. Yeah, the colorfulness of it, I've heard, is really appealing. Golden Camry. I heard this adaptation was kind of meh. That it was pretty budgeted and the action wasn't super great and there's like a lot of CG and stuff. But of course the manga is like one of the best reviewed manga like ever. Like it's way up there in any sort of critical ranking or rating aggregate. So I suppose just on the strength of that, on the strength of the story it's telling, it could make a list like this. But it wouldn't make my list, that's for sure. In a situation like that, where one medium is just so clearly superior, I don't really give any points to the poor adaptation for carrying over like the premise and the story and things like that. It has to actually add something. It has to actually bring about the unique qualities of the adapted medium in a way that, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Haikyuu, genuinely surprised this isn't in the top 25. This is so popular, so well liked. Everybody who watches it loves it. I don't know. I should watch it or read it. I have some friends that are constantly nagging me to watch and or read it. But it's like, here's my thing. Here's my thing. When I watch sports shows, and maybe this will reveal itself to actually be in this show as well. But I'm mostly interested in character interdynamics, and by that I mean shipping. Well, it's not always exactly shipping. It's not like I was shipping people in like ping pong the animation. Ooh, I wonder if that will be top 25. That would be nice. But I want the characters to be engrossing enough that I want to ship them, even if it's not really a suitable for shipping type show. I want that level of investment in the characters and in specifically the interpersonal relationships of those characters. And I don't know, Haikyuu, everything I hear good about it is about the volleyball itself and about how like rousing and inspirational it is. But I don't know. I don't know. I do like this though, and I've heard about this before, that they'll have like an entire season of show devoted to one game. That's awesome. That's like something that appeals to me so much about like Fukumoto series and stuff like that. That's so cool. I don't know. I should watch it. There's like a lot that I think I'd like about this. Oh well. Ah, Humanity Has Declined. A crazy ass show. I haven't thought about the show at all in quite a long time. There's a lot of things I don't remember about it, and all the things I do remember don't really add up. It's kind of like weird, like a fever dream. Just disturbing images and yeah. Oh, Hyoka! Ah, it's Hyoka. Yeah, maybe I should revisit it. It's pretty crazy. Yay! Perfect screen cap. They're actually nailing it with the screen caps. I think all of these are great. I appreciate a good screen cap. A lot of big sites seem to either just use a promotional image, which, come on, lazy. Maybe there's some copyright reason they have to do that. But come on. Or they pick a screen cap that to me just seems like totally inappropriate or like really weird or like they just literally grabbed one at random. Like, no, just go through the show. Try to find ones that you feel like represent something iconic about the series, something that kind of conveys some of the appeal of the series in a nutshell. I love doing it. I really do. I like imagining that I've never seen the show and like looking at these screen caps. Like, look at this. This is perfect. I've never seen this series. I've never even heard of it. And I can gather so much that interests me just from the screen cap. Like, there's our eccentric family. This is the big Kyoto main station, which is just like a beautiful place, and we get to see that. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's one of the joys of list making. This is a great one too. They're all great. This is probably the best one so far, though. Yeah, Hyoka, beautiful, beautiful show. Until Violet Evergarden, I think it was just the most like gorgeously produced KyoAni show. But I like it a lot more than Violet Evergarden. I like it so much more as an actual anime. Uh, um, yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's real good. Haven't watched this. I really should watch this. I have the manga of it too, and I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I don't know. I've just heard only good things about it. I've heard it's really, really beautiful and amazing. This I don't care about at all. I mean, Wit Studio, it's good. They put Rolling Girls on this list. They're absolute real ones. Come on, Crunchyroll, Rolling Girls. I wish Wit Studio would make more shows like that, you know? Put all of your predisposition into of amazing animated fight scenes and over-the-top explosions and crazy chaotic adventures and have something fun. Have something fun for once. Not all this gore, not all this gunmetal and desolation, not this just titans ripping each other's guts out. Come on, Studio Wit. Crack a smile for once in your life. Anyways. Nah. Kaguya-sama, nice, nice. I'm really, really enjoying the manga. I kind of want to go back and watch the anime just as something to kind of more have on since I already know what would happen. I don't know. I probably will at some point. It seems like really a lot of fun. Like the voice acting seemed great. I watched the first couple of episodes. The only thing is like the pacing was really bad, I thought, because they have to kind of indiscreetly and flatly. Okay, one chapter equals one half episode. One chapter equals one half episode. They didn't seem willing to bust out of that, and as such, like some things kind of seem to drag. It's just not a good way of adapting manga at all. So I don't know. I feel like if I watch it now that I know what will happen, that would actually kind of help some of my issues with the pacing, because I can kind of just like, I don't know, just get on my own. Meh, it's good. Yeah, it's good though. Kids on the Slope. Kind of want to watch this. Of all the Watanabe shows that I haven't watched, this is one of the more interesting, just because it's so rare for him to do something in like a realistic setting, not like kind of a futuristic setting or some imagined past thing. It seems quite beautiful. The lovingly animated jazz jams. That sounds awesome. I really want to finish watching Carol on Tuesday as well. Katanagatari, yeah. I haven't watched this actually, which is strange, even though it is really, really good, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. For a while, I, I don't know, I just thought it was like, I don't know how to put this. Okay, so I knew that it was Nisiosian, or however you pronounce his name, who also did the Monogatari series. And even though I liked the Monogatari series, something about that turned me off of it. And this is really hard to explain because it doesn't really make any sense. So of course it's hard to explain. But it felt like Monogatari was very, very much for me. Okay? It was like in so many ways like my ideal show. It just has so many things I love about anime and about story writing and about character. And I thought, if that is for me, and then he went and did another series, then therefore that series must be for someone else, because otherwise he would have just put it into Monogatari. I didn't. I told you it doesn't make sense, so I just assumed I wouldn't really like it, so I haven't watched it. All right. Kino's Journey, Kino no Tabi. I heard this wasn't that good. That the original was a lot better. Really? I don't know. Am I wrong? I remember like looking at the studio and being like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, they don't... I don't know. I guess some of these are okay. But they're not like high budget or anything. They're not... I mean, so there's actually quite a few good shows here. I don't know. I don't know. Not that I've seen the 2003 one anyways. Hey! The show came out in 2009. Why are you cheating? Why are you cheating, Crunchyroll? Why you always lying? Oops, you can't see it. Why you always lying, Crunchyroll? Why you always lying? I guess they're doing K on double exclamation marks. Okay, but then this is like, well, no, that was K-On! Season 1. Like, this, of course, Season 2 is God tier as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm very disappointed this isn't in the top 25. What is going to be in the top 25 if this isn't? You're cheating to put it in there. I mean, I guess, no, they're doing the double exclamation mark, so I guess it's fine. Will I allow myself to do that as well? Just have subsequent series. Okay, so let's say I want to put Hidamari Sketch onto my list, which is one of, if not, it definitely is my favorite anime of all time. Then, am I allowed to put Hidamari Sketch Season 2 onwards? Or maybe it's Season 3 onwards. I think even Season 2 was last decade. Season 1 was 2007, Season 2 was 2008. Only Season 3 started in 2010. But can I put Season 3 and Season 4 as like one thing? Is that allowed? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Someone tell me, because I genuinely don't know what to do. I'm kind of tempted to like leave it off entirely, leave K-On! Off entirely. They started in the previous decade, so they don't qualify for this one. And my main justification for that is this way, if I made a list of my favorite anime of all time and took it really seriously and stuff, which is something I'd like to do at some point, then I would have more different shows with this if I'm more restrictive about the decade list. So, I don't know. That's my temptation. I think that kind of makes some sense. Kyoso Giga, I haven't watched this. My friend downloaded it a bit ago, and we're waiting for an opportunity to watch it. Excuse me. We both heard it's really good. I'm quite excited to see it. It looks pretty crazy. Looks pretty beautiful. Looks like a good time. Yay! Yuru Camp! Yay! Probably facts. I don't know what I would say strictly beats it. Yeah, probably this. Probably this. Not in top 25. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm really gassy right now. Alright, sure. Good. That is a very, very comfy show. Okay, okay. Good inclusion. Good inclusion. Osaki no Kuni. Sure, 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 sure. I wonder if B-Star... Well, I guess B-Star's missed this list because we would have already seen it. But yeah, Studio Orange really doing an amazing job with these 3D CG shows. I feel like there's a lot of series that would work really well for it. They're plan of just looking for really critically acclaimed manga and that can kind of fit into this style and then just doing a hell of a good job. It's going to take them far. Little Witch Academia. Nice. I love it. I love it. We were just watching clips from this show last night and reminiscing on how good it was over at a friend's place. Yes! 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 Hibike is not on here. Maybe Hibike is top 25. Whoa, we're skipping down a lot. Yes! Ah, beautiful! Beautiful! Good. Very good. Good. Ooh, I do like this. Mainline Sound Euphonium series as a novel. Oh, I guess it's Sound Euphonium, so maybe it's still lower. And Liz in the Blueberry as a poem. That's nice. I think that's actually a really good analogy. Especially because Hibike Euphonium is literally a novel. It was written as a novel form. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Chunibyo, sure. It's a good show. See, here's one where I think the second season is like much worse than the first season. The first season I think is just much more solid, much more love put into it, much less kind of okay, now this happens, but kind of feeling tight, complete. So I think based on the disappointment of the second season, I hesitate to put the whole thing in any sort of list, but it's really good. It's really nice. I mean, I'm glad it's here at all, I suppose. But how is this not top 25? Come on, how is this not top 25? Every single show that is in that top 25 is gonna pain me. Pain me as I think of poor Kiriyama Rei sitting here with all the scrubs B tier KyoAni shows and a movie that I haven't seen. um, damn. It's so good. It is. Can you please put it on your top 25 list then instead of your rubbish list? Okay. Alright. Alright. This I haven't seen. We started watching it at my friend's place a bit ago, and then we had some other stuff to do, so I'd like to watch the whole thing at some point. It looks very interesting, very intense, very unique aesthetic, very unique kind of action sequences, at least when from the stuff I saw. Megalobox, sure. I still haven't finished watching this, and a lot of people were disappointed when I told them that, when I admitted that it was just too intense for me. I want to watch like relaxing shows. I want to watch shows such that I can go to bed after I watch them. I don't want to get all riled up. Alright, whatever. Hey, there we go! It's a great show. Yeah. It's the people got tricked in like 3 or 4 different directions. At first, nobody. When I say okay, looking at sort of not the mainstream of anime watchers, but not the complete degenerates like me that were already reading the manga, and will also just watch like anything that KyoAni makes, or people that will watch pretty much any seasonal show just as it airs because they have infinite free time, and I envy them. But the kind of people in the middle of those two crowds, not quite mainstream enough to have never heard of this, but not quite immersed enough to just watch it sight unseen. A lot of those people needed to be convinced in the first place that the show was actually good, having read the premise and assuming that it would be garbage. And then we're tricked again when they sneak in the garbage anyways, and it starts getting real fetishy and crazy. I love that. I love the double trick. The double trick. But yeah, this is an amazing show. I think they did such a good job with it. Hopefully they'll do season 2 still. I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Like, season 2 was announced, and then it wasn't announced that KyoAni was doing it, and I was like, that makes a lot of sense, because there's some really, really crazy, fetishy stuff that season 2 would inherently have to cover unless they super deviated from the plot, which they don't really seem to want to do. But now, with what KyoAni is going through, it seems less likely than ever that they're going to be the ones to adapt it. And yet, some tiny part of me still holds hope that KyoAni will emerge triumphant, like the Legend of the Phoenix and do Dragon Maid Season 2. Konosuba, sure, I like Konosuba. It's fun. That's an odd... Actually, I guess this is sort of an apt comparison because Red Dwarf would still actually have sci-fi type plots. They would still kind of do not just Star Trek spoofs of like the aesthetics and the conventions and tropes, but of entire like plot structures, and they would kind of go through the motions of the entire plot with some level of, if not reverence, then at least determination and dedication. And Konosuba does that too. I think in Konosuba it does that to its detriment. It's like all the scenes in Konosuba where they actually fight stuff, or there's actually like plot and things are explained to you, I just don't care. It's just not interesting to me. But the comedy is fun to me. The wacky animation is fun for me. The characters are pretty fun. I like Aqua especially. I think Aqua is just a fantastic character. So I don't know. It's fine. Ooh, the latest Gundam series. I've heard a few things about this from my Gundam friends, but it's hard to keep track of the information they give me. I have like 3 Gundam friends. This was funny to me. I have 3 Gundam friends on all like different tiers. One of them showed me. We'll do the whole process. So we were looking at this thing called G Savior. I hung out with all 3 of my Gundam friends in some level of quick succession. This is insane. G Savior is a Canadian live-action television film. So I heard about this with one friend, and we were like talking about it. And then with another friend, he'd already heard of it, so we watched part of it together. And then I had mentioned it to my 3rd Gundam friend, and he was like, "Oh, I own this." It was a thrilling escalation. At any rate, that has nothing to do with this, but I have nothing to say about this, so I guess we should just move on. Osomatsu-san. This is so popular and looks so fun and silly and is loved by Fujoshi so much that I feel like I should watch it. I feel like I would actually really like it. And the concept of it is so funny too. That they used to be kids, and it used to be like a kids comedy show. But now they're all just huge degenerates as adults, and they haven't moved on in their life at all. That's so funny. The fact that they would actually do that with a real kids series, advance it after all these years in that direction, is just amazing to me. The art style looks cool. The premise of them all looking the same but behaving so differently is very funny to me. I don't know. I should probably watch this. It's like 3 seasons or something now, but 2 seasons? Yeah. Woo, new game! Sweet! Wow, Doga Koba out here. I wonder if any other Doga Koba works will make it. If they put Wataten on here, I'm gonna sign up for Crunchyroll. Ooh, do I actually want to make that commitment? If they put Wataten on this list, I'll sign up for Crunchyroll. That just seems like... they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. I'll commit. I'll commit. If they put Wataten on this list, I'll sign up for Crunchyroll. It doesn't have to be this list too. If they put it in the top 25, I'll sign up for Crunchyroll twice. But yeah, this is an amazing show. Probably my favorite Doga Kobo show until Wataten came out. Realistically, I could only see this and then maybe Yuri Yuri making this list. All these other things are a little too niche, I think, for this list. And not niche like in the way that some other shows that are a little obscure have made it here, but niche as in like only a very specific type of person will watch it. And Crunchyroll has no interest in validating those people. Was Wataten on Crunchyroll? Oh, am I gonna end up signing up for Crunchyroll? Is it gonna be on here? Oh my gosh. Marred a bit by fan service scenes that are a bit hit and miss. I agree with that. The fan service in New Game, it's not like overly explicit or crude, but it just feels very, very, very unnecessary and really weirdly timed and out of place. Like, I don't know. The fact that they still use this thumbnail where she's not wearing pants while saying this is pretty fantastic. The night is short. Walk On Girl. This is the Tatami Galaxy universe movie. I'd really like to see this. I like Yuasa a lot. I like the animation style of Tatami Galaxy. Just haven't watched it. I don't know. Just don't watch things, especially movies. We were already talking about that. Watching movies is tough. It's such an absurd statement. Watching movies is tough, but it is. It is. I don't know. Yay! Here's a good one. Non Buri. Hell yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They really seem to understand the power of healing anime on this list. Having this and Yuri Yuri and Flying Witch. Yeah, they know what they're doing. This so far, I gotta say, this list is pretty impressed me. Pretty impressive to me. One Punch Man, good, sure. Again, another series where the second season is a bit of a disappointment, but it's not bad. And as I said before, it's like, if somehow, I don't know, if somehow the only appeal of it was the plot line that had already been conveyed in the manga, then I wouldn't be giving it any praise whatsoever, the second season. But as I said, we were talking about this a while ago, and I was talking about how my friend was like, doesn't it kind of remind you of like classic shonen anime? Like just the low budgetness of it actually has kind of a charm. And I found myself actually really drawn to that. That once I started seeing it through that lens, I really, really did enjoy the way it was animated, even if that way happened to be not animated. I found myself actually very nostalgic and happy seeing those sorts of cost saving tricks and things again. Yeah, nice. They're really good. Panty and stocking. Damn, I would have thought this was last decade. I would have bet money. Okay, well, I guess I gotta look at my list again. uh, yeah, crazy, crazy show. Definitely one of Gainax / Trigger's most like Western appeal type shows. Um, but really completely insane. Completely, completely insane. I wonder if Space Patrol Luluco will be on here. That would be nice. That I think is Trigger's masterpiece in that kind of direction. Parasite, I've heard is good. It just sounds really creepy and depressing and insane, so I'm probably not going to watch it, but I've heard good things. Planet With, I'd really like to see this. Um, yeah, that sounds like the mangaka. Yeah, I'd really like to watch this or just perhaps read this. I'm such a huge fan of uh, what? No Wikipedia page? I'm a big, 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 big fan of um, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I think this is great. And then I haven't read anything else by him. What is wrong with me? And my other friend who's big into Biscuit Hammer has read like everything he's written. And I felt bad. I felt like a fraud. So I gotta get on this at some point. I think Spirit Circle is probably highest priority. The series has just amazing reviews. Like, look at this. This is unreal. When do you see scores that high on manga updates? Like, never. So, yeah, I want to watch this or read this or whatever. Pop Team Epiku. Fantastic. Do you think they'll mention Hellshay Gyano? No. But that alone, I think, is one of the most beautiful and compelling things in any anime ever. And the rest of the show is dang good, too. Princess Jellyfish, I'd like to watch this. I've heard this is really good. Again, I would have guessed the decade before, just because I feel like I've like always heard of it. Maybe it's because of the manga going back longer. I'm currently reading Tokyo Tarareba Girls. I'm really enjoying it. It's just such a like I don't know, compassionately written series. So I feel like I would like this too. Nice, nice. Okay. Promare. I had no opportunity to see this. It was playing in Toronto, but I couldn't get down there and see it. And my friend that went said that the showing was full of loud, obnoxious nerds that had no sense of social convention whatsoever. So, guess I didn't miss out on much. I'll just wait for it to release on Blu-rays or whatever. But yeah, I have every reason to think I'll love this. Meh. This I'd prefer to just read rather than watch, I think. But I do want to read it at some point. I've heard it's one of the most uniquely engrossing shonen series in quite a while. One that's going to change the face of Shonen Jump. I can believe it. In so many different ways. Psychopaths? I was never really into Psychopaths. I saw the first season. I was like, okay, okay. It was well done. I thought I was like caught up in it and engrossed, but I didn't really feel like I wanted to watch it more. So yeah, I don't see myself watching any of the later seasons. Sure. It's weird that they didn't use a screen cap for this. They just used the promotional art. I wonder if it's like a copyright thing. Ah, Yapari. This is on Hulu. We're not gonna, I don't care if it loads. This is on Crunchyroll. This is on like nothing, of course. But the ones with screen caps seem to be on Crunchyroll. Can we find another one with promotional art? Most of them are just screen caps. Alright, whatever. Doesn't really matter. I wish these were ranked. This list would be so much more exciting if these were ranked. Why didn't they just rank them? Come on. Samurai Flamenco, I haven't watched this. I've heard it's really fun. But, meh, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I should like it, because all of this sounds fun. I don't know. For some reason, I just was never sold on it. Sarazan Mai, yes! Whoa, yeah! Damn, yeah. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it. We got it. This one I'm genuinely surprised to see, because it's so abrasive in so many different ways. There's so many reasons that someone might not like it. It's so Ikuhara-y. Like, every single thing that is a hallmark of his anime just seems cranked up to 11 here. And each and every one of those things I can see as polarizing, splitting the audience again and again and again. But for those of us who are left after that court inning and 8th inning and 16th inning, it's a masterpiece for sure. What other Ikuhara shows came out this decade? I'm pretty sure Penguin Drum did. Maybe Penguin Drum will be in the top 25. Penguin Drum 2011. Yeah, so I could see that being top 25. Yurikuma Arashi, I'll be really surprised if it makes the list. It's, again, quite polarizing and much more confusing than Sarazan Mai. Sarazan Mai, I think, the one Ikuhara thing that it resists is the plot just becoming, not nonsense, but just so convoluted that it's, like, not as engrossing as it could be. But, Sarazan Mai, until the end, you always had, like, a very clear understanding of significance of what's happening, such that you're never just kind of trying to understand something before you can emotionally react to it. Silver Spoon. I watched a bit of this. I really enjoyed it. I'd really like to read the manga because it's very, very well liked. I don't know, a little traumatizing for me. Growing up on farms, not really liking it. Vastly preferring the city. To see a series loud and take such pride and joy in farming and being way out in the country, it's kind of like, no, my body is rejecting this. Something like Nana and Byuri are flying, which is okay, because the kids aren't out there like laboring themselves. But when you actually see the labor, I'm like, oh no, I don't want that. I don't want to go near that. All right, there's Hibike. So this is also out of contention for top 25. Fine. What is left? We're gonna do a run through. I think I can probably predict quite a lot of them. Sure. Yeah. It's an amazing show. Truly an amazing show. And Kumiko, yes, is one of my favorite characters in all of fiction. Space Brothers. I hadn't thought about the show in a long time. I've heard good things about it. I don't know. Most kids at my school were the children of rocket scientists and NASA engineers, so close to a major lab. Wow. Most of the kids at my school were the sons of farmers. And the daughters of farmers. Let's move on. Yay! Space Patrol Luluco! Nice Inferno Cop shout out in the chosen thumbnail. Fantastic. This is the great scene. You're under arrest! That doesn't make any sense. You're free! But what are we gonna do? You're under arrest! Really a fantastic show. I think this is maybe my favorite short anime of all time. Good. Oh, Gridman, another Trigger show. I didn't finish watching this. I don't know. Aspects of it I really liked. All of the non-fight scenes, basically, I liked. But the fight scenes, it's like, I could understand why they were the way they were. And I really respect them for going so hard into that aesthetic, into that sort of appeal. But it's just like, I never was really super into tokusatsu shows. So all of that stuff didn't really resonate with me the way that I felt it ought to. And so I didn't I don't know, I never felt that compelled to watch it because I knew it would climax in a fight scene that I would just be like, oh, just tell me what happens. But the character designs are so great, and all of the banter is so great, and some of the more like melancholy scenes, like an early episode when the main girl, you know, Rika, is like wandering around the city and it's kind of rainy. I was like, oh, this is beautiful. Like, I don't know, a lot of good things. All right, sure. See, this is the sort of show. It's like, come on, guys. You put Luluko, all right? You watched Luluko. You watched Hibike. You even watched New Game. You watched Sarazanmai and loved it. And now you're gonna sit here and look me in the eye. Look me in the eye, Crunchyroll, and tell me you think Sword Art Online is as good as those shows. Come on. Come on. This one, I think, is they're trying to be like, hey, wait, hold on. All you SAO fanboys, you know, we got you too. We got you too. Don't worry. You have good taste. You have good taste. Shh, you have good taste. The only thing I can think of. It almost sounds like they're just making fun of it here. Continuously knocked each season out of the park to create one of the most impressive light novel adaptations to date. Even this almost sounds like a backhanded compliment. All light novels are trash. SIO has come a long way since the mid-season work last year. Alright. Symphogear. Hell yeah. I've been watching this bit by bit with a friend who's really into it. We've finished the first season and half of the second season. I would like to finish the whole thing by the end of the year. I don't know if that's feasible, given that there's, what, 5 seasons now? But it's a lot of fun, really engrossing, really despairing at some points, which surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be like that. Awesome soundtrack, awesome action. The production value isn't always like A++++, but I mean, it's more like the fact that they know where to focus the budget, where to actually go all out, and what can be skimped on without ruining the quality of the show. That to me is like such a skill in its own right that I almost praise it even more than if it just had unlimited budget works. Yeah, a lot to like about it. Hopefully I'll get to see the whole thing at some point. This is the one that showed up on the movie list. Remember, on the IndieWire movie list, and I hadn't seen it. And I still haven't seen it. Temeko Love Story. So this is the movie sequel to Temeko Market. I loved Temeko Market. I really liked it. I'll admit that it's like a B-tier Kyoani show. I'd put it in the same sort of tier as Chunibyo and stuff. But I really enjoyed it. The thing that was most compelling to me, because I am the person I am, was shipping these two characters. I thought this was like, it had so much potential. All these tiny little things that only us real Yuri diehards would pick up on. But I genuinely think there is at least a small intention to Yuri bait between these two. Even if we were never supposed to think that Tameko's was going to reciprocate any sort of romantic feelings, the story of, this is Midori, right? Yeah, Midori. Having a crush on Tameko to me was just this like secret plot line that just filled me up entirely with love. So that was my favorite thing about the show. And then Tameko Love Story came out, and I knew that it was just about the love story between her and the guy, and so I didn't watch it. I just straight up refused to watch it. But now I am a lot more open to watching hetero romance. At the time I was extremely heterophobic, and I just couldn't take seeing that. And now that I'm a little more distanced from the Yuri pairing that I was aiming for, maybe I would be more okay with this in general. I should watch it, I guess. Yeah, I should watch it. I should watch it. I don't know, even just looking at this picture again, though, I'm like, this is the real couple. This is the real couple. You can't tell me otherwise. Get out of here. Yes. Get out of here. Yes. Acceptable. Hey, Tanaka-kun! Cool! I really like this show. I thought this was really well done. Animation was nice. Silver Link really coming through where it counts. Yeah, a nice time. Again, for me, I want to do a lot of gay shipping. This series delivers in spades the various degrees of explicitness. Then again, sometimes they also did like hetero baiting stuff. Disapproved of that. I'd like to read the manga, kind of see where it actually goes, but it's probably just going to remain ambiguous for volume after volume. The Tatami Galaxy, I would have thought this came out last decade. I was almost positive that this came out last decade. The novel, okay. What? That's crazy. That's so crazy. Damn it, every time I think I've got my list figured out, there's all these 2010 shows that I thought were much earlier. Because it's like in 2010, I hadn't really started watching seasonal anime yet, so I was doing a lot more like catch-up type stuff. I wasn't completely occupied by that treadmill, and I actually had time to watch older things. Sure. Yeah. Fantastic. One part Fight Club and one part Groundhog Day. Well, true, but this is like the twist of Fight Club that you only find out at the end. And only the basic premise overlaps with Groundhog Day. So, really kind of terrible way to describe it, but a really fantastic series. So, what can I complain? Alright. Sure. I don't care. This effort is good too, but I don't know. Just didn't watch it. Probably would enjoy it. Seems compelling, action-packed. The Wind Rises. Kind of surprised this is on top 25. What's going to be top 25? I know some for sure already. Nichijou will be there. Madoka will be there. Probably some Monogatari series entries will be there. I'm thinking. None of it has shown up here yet, so maybe they'll just lump all of the stuff that came out in the last decade together. Which, to be fair, is the vast majority. Only Bakemonogatari came out before 2010, so Attack on Titan will be there. Boku no My Hero Academia will be there. I don't know. We'll find out. Wataten will be there. So Wataten is not on this list. Whew! Don't have to subscribe to Crunchyroll, but it could be on the top 25, which is where it deserves to be. Wolf Children. I've heard this is fantastic. I haven't watched it because I'm a baka. And there's Violet Evergarden. Sure. Hey, Zombieland Saga. We were watching some of this yesterday too. Fantastic. Shut the fuck up. Turfs. So much to love about this show. So much to love about this show. Hope they do a second season. They left it on such a cliffhanger. Well, no, that's not going to change how you feel about Love Live, but yeah, this is nice. This is nice that this is the only idol show on this list. Okay. Sure. All right, so let's kind of try to guess what's going to be on the top 25 based on what's not on this list. Attack on Titan, Nichijou, Madoka, Your Name, probably maybe like Weathering with You, Fate Zero, My Hero Academia. What else? Mob Psycho, Yuri on Ice, Ping Pong. That would be nice. Devilman Crybaby. We're up to like 15, I think, or 11, maybe. What else? I don't know. Whatever. We'll just go look. I don't care. We will look and see. Whatever it is, it is. I'm sure I'll find it mildly agreeable, but lament the entire time that this is apparently not a top 25 show of the decade. Craziest friggin' thing I've heard in my entire life. Anyways, that will be in the next video. I will see you then.